Next tonight, a student who was jailed for manslaughter after a street fight is leading a campaign about the dangers of a single punch. Jacob Dunn knocked a stranger to the ground during a drunken brawl in Nottingham.
5 years on, Jacob agreed to meet his victim's parents to apologise. And now they are helping Jacob turn his life around. Our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Bull, reports.
It was just over there.
It isn't easy for Jacob to relive what happened here, a teenage moment of madness.
Everyone had been drinking all day. There's just people being pulled away from each other.
It was a fight that started over an abandoned fancy dress costume. Jacob threw a single punch and a stranger was knocked to the ground. That stranger was James Hodgkinson, a trainee paramedic who was visiting Nottingham for the test match. James died from a head injury 9 days later, and Jacob admitted his manslaughter.
My whole life came crashing down in an instant. The prison sentence wasn't the punishment for me. The punishment is having to accept and try and forgive myself.
But the hardest part was what happened next. Jacob was asked to write to his victim's parents and then to meet them in person. It was nerve-wracking for all of them, and it was filmed by a documentary team.
Do you want to have a seat, Jacob?
I'm a totally different person from the experience. Them having the courage to come forward put things into perspective for me. I was able to start taking responsibility for what I'd done. They've saved my life, and I can't thank them enough.
So how's everything been going with you? How many hours of lectures do you have a week?
I haven't got enough work to do.
Joan and David have encouraged Jacob to move on by getting an education. Now he's started a criminology degree at Nottingham Trent University.
You achieve the goals that you want to.
Yeah.
And he's being supported by the parents of the man he killed.
Sorry it seemed too small of a gesture, and so that's why I've been trying to kind of, in a way, prove to them that I am sorry through my actions.
And what does it mean to you that they care so much about you?
Sometimes I feel, do I deserve the support they've showed? But for them to then support me means that another life hasn't been lost. 2 lives ultimately would have been lost if I carried on going down the road that I was on.
And now Jacob's going to front a campaign run here at the Nottingham School of Boxing. They're going to take him into schools and youth clubs to warn how a single punch can kill.
With Jacob fronting it, it's going to be massive because it's real. You know, it's a real story and it's really happened, and kids can understand that this is what can happen to them if they go down that pathway.
Everything I do now is to try and make amends for what's happened, and the fact that they do care about me spurs me on.
Jacob's hoping his degree will help get him a job as a probation officer, a way to make sure James Hodgkinson's death wasn't in vain. Jeremy Bull, BBC East Midlands Today, Nottingham.